This is why you loop things when you're trying to sing and play at the same time. You got a broken microphone, so you try to hold the mic and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, let's get to this review. I'm Chanell J. Wilson, and I'm in my bathroom because the acoustics are so much better. And for this Jill Scott appreciation post, I wanted to do some of the singing I did, so that's why you saw the snippets in the front, and I'll probably try to weave some in between this talk here. So Jill Scott was trending on yesterday, and you know I was looking like, is she okay? What's going on? And then when I clicked on why she was trending, I was like, oh my God, for real? Like, you guys are just now finding out about that side of Jill, like for real. That either means that you haven't been paying attention this entire time since she's been out since '99, or you weren't old enough to recognize the depths and the innuendos of the lyrics. So, you know, I had to do this lovely Jill Scott appreciation post as a result of what I was seeing on Twitter. Jill Scott has a special place in my heart. And the reason why Jilly from Philly has a special place in my heart is because when she came out, I was a sophomore or junior in college. So I used to play her CD, Words and Sounds, Volume 1, Who is Jill Scott, on rotation between that and Things Fall Apart by the Roots. And I would literally play that on my way to school and on my way back. And so I'm from the Bay Area. And so as a result, I went to San Francisco State, and so I would take the BART train. So I had to take the BART train to the end of the line from the Coliseum BART all the way to Daly City. So I would have my CD player, and I would just have those two CDs in heavy rotation. That one, and also No Doubt's Return of Saturn, I believe that's the name of it. But those were that was my whole vibe. I was a theater major, and what I love about Jill is that all of her artistry, her lyrics, her music, is a very human artistry. It's a very human project. And she speaks about life. She speaks about issues that women go through. She speaks about things that we all endure as human beings. And I love it. I love it all. I love it all. And not only do I love it all, for me, I'm the oldest of 4 girls. So I never really had a big sister to rely on. I did have big cousins. I do have big cousins and things like that. And I did have a surrogate sister. She's no longer with us. She passed away. But I really like hearing words of wisdom from people who live life or live experiences. So with Jill, with all of her work and with all her music, she expresses that. Now, I've been here and been there from the beginning of her creativity, and it's not so much that I felt a certain kind of way. I just recognized that the person who made the original post just really didn't know. You just didn't know. But the thing about Jill is that she's beautifully human. That's why she wrote her second album called Words and Sounds Volume 2, Beautifully Human. I really like that project, too. Now, when you say, what's your favorite Jill Scott album, that's a very hard question. That's like asking, what's your favorite Prince song? Once again, another hard question. And the reason why it's a hard question is because there's so many nuggets and so many melodies and so many grooves and so many feels and vibes that you just can't pick one freaking song. They're all great. Great. I'm going to make a Spotify playlist after I do this, so check that out. And just, if you've never really paid attention, pay attention. Jill rocks. Jill Scott rocks. I mean, have you ever, I've seen her live like 3 or 4 times also. Just rocks. She just gets up on that stage and, I mean, just does it. You know, I've been a songwriter since I was 13 years old. So I'm always moved by other artists, and I'm always I experience them in a way where I feel it. It's an emotional driven, it's inspiration driven, motivation driven type of thing. So when it comes to Sister Jill, it's just, and that's what I call her. I call her like Sister Jill because every time she puts out her album, I swear, I mean, I know she's writing it for herself, and I know she's writing it from a place of, I gotta put this art out, but I feel like she's like, here, Chanell, I need to give you some information. Here, just take this. And that's how it is when you have a sister friend. Like, they're gonna give you that hardcore, wild cookie, you know, there's power in them rolling hills. Like, let me tell you something, sister girl. I know you don't understand, but you're going to understand. And then, of course, with, you know, Jill, you know, being natural and everything, you know, okay, she's a big girl and all that kind of stuff. People are taking like, oh, she's supposed to be like super soul sister number one, Miss Peaceful and all this kind of stuff. And Jill's like, honey, I'm about to break out this Vaseline, take my earrings off. You know what I mean, girl? Know what I mean? Like, I mean... And that's what I love about her. She's so Philly. And I've never even been to Philly, but because I know Jill, I feel like, it's not so much that I feel like I know Philly now, but I feel like I respect it in a way that I probably would not have respected it had I never got a chance to experience Jill Scott. She represents, I mean thoroughly represents, and I'm from California, okay? So I know. No, I know without knowing. But the point that I'm making is, I respect her so much. Even her different interviews that she does, she just speaks. And there's something so deep within who she is. I almost want to call her a shaman. I almost want to call her a priest. I almost want to call her so many different things because of the way I see God use her when she gets up on that stage and represents his glory. You know what I mean? So... let's see. Let me just start from the beginning. So, like I said, my introduction to Jill Scott was when I was sophomore in college. So for me, that's a coming of age year. I'm ripe. I'm my first taste of independence. I'm out there. I'm in San Francisco in this metropolitan, you know, town on the BART train, you know, going to school, being a theater major, trying to be a little grown girl with my little afro, and I got Jill Scott on my ear, you know, just that's me. So when I see Jill, it's a heart moment for me, okay? Let's see. Okay, first project. It'll be really long if I go through every song on each album. So I'm gonna try to point out heavy hitters that always speaks to me. Let's take the first album, Words and Sound, Volume 1. So she deals with all the little things that we dealt with during that time. Giving it up too soon. Giving it up with a dude who you really like, but he's just trying to get it. You know, no jackets, no umbrella, just warm, cumulus clouds kind of feel. And then all of a sudden you're like, you know, wide open, wide loose, where you go. And that was like the story of my life back then. That's the funny part, is that I was always finding myself in situations where it was just like, dang it, is my mouth on the floor again? Like, am I really in that place again? And I feel like the words that Jill gave us, you know, her experience, it taught us, you know, like I said, when you get to those later albums, there's power in those rolling hills. There's power. So I had to really discover my esteem, my, you know, that surely, what is it, slowly, surely, I walk away from that old desperating days of love, caught up in the maze of love, that crazy, crazy love, thought it was good, thought it was real, thought it was, but it wasn't love. I just don't know where I should go. You know, those lyrics, I remember sitting in the hallway getting ready for my psych class, and I had that song on, and at the time I was dealing with some dude who was stringing me along, and that those lyrics came out in a way where it was just like, I just don't know where I should go. Then she sings the song backward, slowly, you know, and in that moment it was like, I'm done with this dude. And, you know, at the time, we had phones. I wasn't really into texting, you know, texting. People did 2 ways and stuff, and then you had texting. But after that, I was like, you know what? I'm done. Me and dude are done. And, you know, he was doing the whole play thing, and I was on the phone. I was like, you know, and he's like, I'm going to do this. I was like, all right, I'm cool. Peace. And that's what I mean by it's that sister girl. Let me just tell you something. I'm gonna put my heart on the table, and I'm gonna tell you what you need to know as a woman. So that's what I dig about Jill. She's honest. She's brutally honest. And that's what we need in this life. We need that. We need that. When she posted that video about her experiencing Beyonce and Jay-Z and the way she delivered that, I love that. That's us. That's black. That's us. You know, that is the beauty of who Jill is. And the reason why I came in the bathroom in here today and set up all my stuff is because if I could play her records in this Jill Scott appreciation video, I would, but because that would be a copyright strike, but we can sing cover tunes, I'm doing all little cover tunes all through this. That's why I did that today. That's why I'm on this mic today. Because Jill she just, man, like, I cannot explain it. It's like, if I ever had a big sister, it would be Jill Scott. Like, I'm not playing. Like, I just, thank you, Jill. That's why I said this is Jill Scott appreciation post. I know you can see the joy permeating out of my face and out of my soul right now. So, okay, what's another one? The Way. Is it the way? Boom, boom. You love me, baby. Yeah. Is it the way you love me, baby? You know, come on now, like that whole song. 4:30, can't wait to get home. That whole telling a story. I love that about Jill. She tells a story. That's what songwriting and poetry and being an artist. And back then, you know, spoken word poetry was really popular. But she's a poet, so. It's the expression and telling the story, showing the story. When you listen to a Jill Scott record, you're put into a specific place, and that's what takes place with me when I listen to her album. I like the hidden track. Hi, Nathan. I have a 4-year-old, so he likes to pop in out. Do you want to come on camera and say hi? Oh, he hurt his finger. You want to come in here? Or you want to go sit down with Auntie? You can come in here. Okay, he's going to go back with Auntie. Okay, go hang out with Auntie then. Or come right here. So I'm trying to think of some of the other tunes on that first album before I was going. But there was that hidden track with Mos Def. And the funny part is because it was at the end, I never caught it. And then my friend was like, did you hear that hidden track she has in there with Mos Def? And I was like, huh? And then when I heard it, it's like True Blue. You know, you hear Mos, and then she comes and she regrooves that one, and you're like, what the heck is this? What are my ears doing? You know, I love how she was introduced, you know, on that one where you hear Black Dog saying, what's your name, girlfriend? What's your name? Their name is Jillscott, Jill Scott, representing North Philly, y'all. You know, it's legendary. It's so much realness. It's like Bessie Coleman. It's like just anything you want to bottle up and put in a jar and just be like, this is what you call joy, okay? This is what you call artistry. This is what you call put my black heart on the table and represent, okay? Like, it's legendary. I had one friend who always tell me that they consider Nina Simone, which she is, a legend, just someone who's a legend, someone who is regal and stunning. And that's how I feel about Jill Scott. Just regal, stunning, amazing. Just come up there and, you know, see, I got my flower. I had to have my afro there. I had to show out for this one. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna see all my joy today. Okay, so let's go to album number 2. Now, I really enjoy album number 2, Words and Sounds, Volume 2. This, for me, it was 2003, 2004, so I lived in Folsom at this time. I was going to music school in Sacramento, so I would commute from Folsom to Sacramento. And this was the year I started really writing my projects. And what I love about Volume 2 is she opens it up with oh yeah, yay, yeah, just that whole opener, and then she laughs in the end. There is so much joy when she does that laugh. It's like, even though I've never had a meal with her, even though, we've never had a conversation on the phone, she makes it personal. She makes it reachable. She makes it just so organically real. There is nothing manufactured about her presentation. Yes, it's a presentation. Yes, she's practiced and all that kind of stuff. But it's just, oh, God, I love that woman. I love it. So, okay. The songs on this album, they're really important. Like, there's that one where she's talking, it's almost like she's speaking to America, where she's like, say, can you see, by the dawn's early light, it's like her ode to America, like a stepfather, almost like this is who you are, this is what you've been to me, and we trying to see through this. I thought that was really cool. She's got that one song at the end, and I can't do it because it's going to be a soprano. I am a voice, I'm peaceful now. I am a writer singing. That one. And even if you don't recognize my presence, I'm still here. That song, oh God, when you get to that song, it's basically God speaking. That it's almost like she took the pen to paper and was like, God has put that song out to say, this is for people, this is for humanity to know I'm still here. I'm that peaceful night. I'm that great orgasm. Just that poetry. Oh, it's so rich. Other songs that I like on there is the one song where she's talking about like the argument between her. Talk to me, break it down. Spell it out for me. Talk to me, break it down. Spell it out for me. No, once again, telling a story between two lovers, and I like how she's honest about it. She's not just putting all of the blame on the guy. She's saying it's also her too. Sometimes she's becoming loud, antagonistic, and wrong, and then words are thrown. What is it she say? I be, I don't know if you can curse on here, so I'm trying to be cool. I be, you mom. So I try another tactic. And I like how the track moves from like an R&B groove jazz thing to like a swing jazz, where it's that big jazz sound. I mess up words sometimes, so I get that melody right. Ooh, be cool, baby. I'll be quiet if you like. I'll put on your favorite song. So nice, the passion on ice, or a glass of Merlot. I'll roll it up. I'll roll it up. If you won't, I won't run. I just need to know what you know. Like, just that whole song reminds me of like a theater moment. It's like, when you're acting, I was asking yourself the question. Sorry about that. I'm filming on my phone today, so sorry about that. So it's like, when you're acting, the challenge is, what do you want? And so in this particular song, she's like, I need to know what you know. And you know how it is in your relationship, your dude's going through something. He could probably just having a rough day and don't feel like talking. And it sends off something within yourself like, I need to know what you know. So you try various tactics. First I'm going to go on in, I'm be aggressive. Then I'm going to be feminine and passive. So I love how she captures that. Okay, let me see if I can pick one more song from that. It was a very domestic album. And I don't know if it's because that's when her and her husband at the time were married. But she talked about staying in polyurethane. She talked about a lot of just emotions that you have when you're in a very intriguing relationship. As far as this is her first marriage, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's what I dig about that album. I love what you do is crazy, babe. Not like you belong in an asylum. Crazy, babe. Like the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Like the rain falling on the sky. Like the trees falling from the ground. I'm a song debate about loving me. And you're touching me. And you're trusting me. Like you do. Okay. I still not feeling. I could play that record. When I did my hair video, I think it's 2 videos back or 3 videos back, that's what I was grooving to. That's why you saw me in there doing all of that. When I listen to Jill, I feel so feminine. I can't explain it. And as a black woman in America, our femininity gets stripped from us so much through Jim Crow characters, through stereotypes, that people want to put different visuals on us. They want to turn us into an ox instead of letting us just be a feminine woman as we are, and to live that out, you know? So when Jill comes forward with that, it just, oh my God, it sets something off within me like, girl, you better put that flower in your hair. You better rock it. You better be who you are. And that takes me right into her 3rd album. I'm the real thing in stereo. Got a little, low, follow this melodic flow. I can make it shine, I can make it go. Now, the real thing is just that. It's brutally honest. And you know, this was right after her first divorce. And she just let it out. She was like, this is what's going on. I remember one person I was talking to, they were like, it feels very dark. And I was like, yeah, but it rocks. So, you know, and maybe I should reword that. It was very dark as far as the time. It was very dark as far as the tone, the music. You know, but wait, am I going on to the other? I might be thinking about the other album, but I'm thinking specifically about the elements of the real thing. Like, I'm lonely whenever you're around. Like, the way that song is so pretty, but then when you listen to the lyrics, you're like, damn. This dude is so cold to you that when they're around, it makes you feel lonely. It disturbs something with it. You're supposed to, when you're in a relationship, you're supposed to not feel, you're supposed to have companionship, and that's stripped as a result. So that song really always speaks to me. I'm trying to think of other songs on that album. Of course, Crown Royal, you know, once again, storytelling, you know, just and then what's the one that comes right after Crown? Speaker Stop This Boy. You know, just all of, there's so much imagery on all of her projects. And the real thing, that was Words and Songs, what is it, volume 3, The Real Thing. And that's exactly, you know, I'm more than a toy, I'm your satisfaction, I'm your man, I'm your TV screen, your man. But I might be saying the wrong words wrong, but you get where I'm coming from with that one. It's just like, she just lays it out. Like, she just here. This is what's up. Like, you know, here you go. I forgot an album. Now, if you scroll back between volume 1, between 2, she put out another one called Jill 826 plus, or 826 plus, I think it was, so long ago. But that was like, one track was her live stuff of the volume 1, and then she had like tracks with all this stuff. There was one thing my sister always sang, gimme, I probably messed that all up. But you know, with let me give it to you, baby. Give me. I just, oh God, that was a really good one. And I don't want to go to work today. I'd rather stay home and play video games. I want to get for real. And how I feel. Sometimes you feel like I'm nothing but nothing. Trying to get something. Everywhere I turn, there's a bill. Complacency ain't gonna get me, no. Cause I gotta get up. Gotta. Y'all know what I'm talking about right there. Okay, let me get to the other album. So 4 was The Light of the Sun. I've heard 2 versions, Light of the Sun, Light of Sundays, but The Light of the Sun. And this was her first recording outside of Hidden Beach. So you still get the Jill Scott signature. You still get her sound. You see the evolution, and you also see the difference because now Hidden Beach is not a part of this particular release. But it's still raw. It's still Jill. It still rocks. It's still, you know, even when it opens up with Blessed, you know, just that song, you know, what is it? Grandma almost let me see 92. I'm so blessed. My son was born healthy and beautiful. I'm so blessed. You know, just, the video, the look, just, it was so much it was like coming from the real thing where it was a dark album, but the second album there was this joy and you saw it permeate. And some of that could have been because she was now a mom. I don't know. I just know that there was so much joy that came out of that album. Let's see what songs do I really, really pay attention to on that particular one. Okay, there's Rolling Hills. That's on. Is it on that one I'm thinking of? Yeah, Rolling Hills. Oh, what was the one that's popping up in my head right now and keeps going in and out? I'm thinking of LaBoom Suite. I'm thinking of Quick. Just the way she tells those stories and the way she delivers the I am Baby Tam. It's crazy. Dum, dum, dum. Just and the way they recorded that. What I heard in one of the interviews was that they just all went in the studio. It was dark. You couldn't really see everybody. And everybody just started going. And they just riffed it. What's that one with her and Eve? That one that she did. I hate how I hear the riff. And then it's going in and out. But it's the video where they got on the red dress. She's got curly hair. They're in the gym. You got, was it Dougie Fresh in there? Once again, just rocks. I love this woman. And that's the point that I'm making is that if you have not been paying attention to the lyrics, of course you're not going to recognize that that's a side of Jill you just don't know. But she keeps it 100. And then, let me see, there's another song, Hear My Call. That one always makes me cry because, it's a prayer, she's speaking, she's talking about love and not love not working out. Having, being a mom, being a single parent, being a woman who would like to experience love and be in love. And then you're just like, wow, I'm faced with this. So she kept it real. Even with that video, it was just her, black screen, a light in the back, and just her with words, song, melody, and tears and rawness, and it puts you right where you needed to be. So once again, just hats off to Miss Jill Scott. Hats off. Okay, let's get to her latest album, Woman. So Woman is another one. Once again, pop that CD in. And when I heard Woman, for me, I had just had my son. So for me, right before she released it, she was on like Breakfast Club saying, I've been listening to these older chicks.
Can I eat an acorn?
In a minute. You can have it in a minute. That's my son. Auntie's calling you. And she was saying, I've been listening to these older chicks. And I'm learning. And Charlamagne was like, why did you have to call this one Woman? Like, of all the albums, I think of you as on why this one? And she was just like, it's about evolution. It's about growing up. It's about taking ownership. It's about accepting and not accepting. And I get it. It's almost like she was a woman, when she first released her first record. But there's a difference between being a woman and then being a grown woman. And that's the lesson I learned when I heard the album Woman. Because when I first heard her first album back in 99, 2000, I was a new woman. I was only 20 going 21, something like that. So, yeah, I was legally a woman, but I didn't know. When we got to album Woman, that last one, oh, I understood. Wild Cookie, just how she opens it like she's a speaker on a mic, somewhere in the 70s talking, just the way, mom and dad don't know where they, baby don't know where their mom and daddy is. Just the way she just spit that game, it was just like, damn, I represent that Wild Cookie, just how she, found it behind a pop car with some, we find ourselves in situations and sometimes, things run away from us. Sometimes our women's intuition will tell us, don't do this, don't do that, and we do it anyway. And we're like, damn it, that's not where I was trying to go, So prepare. I just want to be prepared. I feel you. I feel Jesus. Oh, the track she did with BJ the Chicago Kid. Oh my God, I love that. He's the only one on that album, the only feature. And just beautiful, Fools Go. Oh my God. Say thank you. You feel that? Say thank you. there are moments even now where I'm going through something and I'll just feel a peace, and all of a sudden I just be like, you feel that? Say thank you. You know, I used to be stuck. Yes, you know. And if you've heard the album, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you've lived the life, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that once again, just another her artistry. I just want to say to anyone who has never spent time with the Jill Scott album, choose anyone and listen to it from beginning to end. I know now there's a new wave of how music is listened to with the way, because we can stream it, so we don't pay attention to the whole album. Pay attention to the story of the album. I appreciate that. This is something I get from my Gen X Xennial life. Because I'm a part of that micro generation. I was born in 1980. So if you're born between like 79 to 83, you do not have a baby brother. The devil is a lie. I have one child, one and done. One and done. But for some reason he's 4, but for some reason he's on that tip right now. I want a baby brother. It's in the random moments, and I'm like, no, the devil is a lie. I'm good. I'm good. It's me and you, kid. I'm good. But listen to it from beginning to the end. I'm a Gen X Xennial. What I was saying was, if you were born between the years, 77 to 83, you're a part of Gen X, but you're a part of a micro generation of Gen X where you were raised analog, but then you came into your coming of age to a digital place. What's wrong? Oh, I'm so sorry. So whenever I record, my son loves to come in and be a ham. Say hi, Nate. You're on camera. Say hi. Okay, he doesn't want to say hi. But let me wrap this part up. Can I wrap up what I'm saying first, please? Oh, I got a kiss mark on your lips. So yeah, so if you're a part of my generation, you were raised analog, but then in your coming of age, you basically entered into a digital world. So you prepared for an analog world. You prepared for a Reagan world, like Reagan economics from your baby boomer parents, but you ended up, he's already in there messing with the mic, so sorry if the sound quality has now disappeared. But the point that I'm making is, as a Gen X Xennial, is you were thrown into a different society as a result. Ooh, now we got a hot mic. Thanks a lot, Nate. Overall, the point that I'm making is any human can listen to a Jill Scott album and be moved. But I was talking about how I appreciate my experience as a result. Don't do that. Hey, I appreciate my experience. You can still hear me because I have another mic here. I appreciate my experience because I used to listen to LPs and albums in the 45s. I have them. And then, tapes. I have my own Walkman. But that forced me to listen from the beginning to the end. So what I'm saying is, get an album and listen to it from the beginning to the end with a Jill Scott track. You will not be disappointed. Spend time with it. Listen to what she's talking about. What was that one where she says, there's one where she's trying to reckon with the fact that her guy likes to write with his pen on different pads of paper. She was basically, flipping it like, you have a man who messes around, and that's just what he does, and how she deals with that, how she wrote that out, and just there's things like that, just little nuggets and stuff like that. So Jill, I love you. You rock. You rock. I know I was full of joy on this because I get so excited when I hear a record. I get so excited if I get to go see a concert by you because you just give us so much life. Every time I go to one of your concerts, I've been to, I want to say 3. I saw you on the first tour, second tour, when you did one with Maxwell. It wasn't King and Queens, but I remember you did one with Maxwell, Coliseum. That was so rare. I tried to go to your one last year, but I couldn't work it out. I had to work, and I couldn't get off. It was like I found out about it, and I was like, I have to be at work. I have no more time off. And if I took the time, I would have been really crunching it. I was trying to get to that one. So I think I seen you 3 times in concert, and every time I'm just blown away. So thank you, Jill, for being you. Thank you for being you. As a result of you being you, you inspire so many people to really tap into their own self, their own artistry. So I'm Chanell J. Wilson. I will be back for something. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share your thoughts, share your experiences with Jill, share your experiences of the concerts you've been to. Go on YouTube and check out a couple of concerts that's been uploaded. There's a couple that I like. I won't mention them because I don't know if they were supposed to put those up there or not, but hey, go check them out anyway. And have a good one. All right, bye.